Welcome to Purpose After Sports, where we interview athletes to share their post-sport journeys and explore how they are reinventing what it means to compete. Today we have Jared Martino with us. He is a former football athlete and a lot of experience under his belt. He's played in every division in college and has now transitioned in life after sports into content creation and inspiring other athletes. So we are so excited to have him on here today, and our first official virtual and the start of season 2. So welcome aboard.
Appreciate you having me. Glad we're able to do this. And I'm excited about this one.
I am too. I'm very glad that we were able to connect because I feel our stories, we're going to have some similarities. So I know I will be able to relate to you and our audience will too. So
Absolutely.
You played baseball and football. Was it always just those two sports, or was there other sports when you were younger? How did that all start?
Yeah, so my parents were really good on making sure that we played everything, as kids, just to figure out like what we liked, what we didn't like. So every season we were playing something. So, growing up, I played baseball, I played football, I played basketball, I played lacrosse. Knew I wasn't going to the NBA, so that dream ended rather quickly. Probably I'd say like 5th, 6th grade. I figured out, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
I realized, just going through baseball, football, I was like, okay, these two are definitely something that I could potentially see myself doing for a really long time. So my dad put the bat in my hand when I was about 5, same with the football, and kind of just took over my life.
You had a successful high school career with football. Were you having that same success in baseball as well? And what made you kind of see maybe football is the one I should go further with?
Right. No, I definitely was seeing success in baseball as well.
Okay.
Like I won the prep school player of the year for football. And then that same year, I didn't win it for baseball, but I had a really, really good year. So I was hearing from schools, hearing from coaches. Honestly, for me, it kind of was just like baseball was just really boring. I'd be in the outfield just getting bored. It wasn't football. It's like you can make a mistake and, next play you can just go fix that. Baseball, you're like, you're kind of alone with your thoughts for a while. And as an athlete, as a young athlete, that was something, the mental game was something that I was not able to conquer. So, definitely football, just the excitement. And then obviously baseball doesn't give out full scholarships, and I wanted to get a full scholarship. So my parents didn't have to pay for school. So that was the thing for me.
Yeah, I love your honesty. Depending especially what position in baseball, you got a lot of time up here just to think, but also try to stay focused in the
100%.
same aspect. So definitely can understand like polar opposites, especially in football. Like it's go. So how are you deciding now what school to choose from? And is your mindset, I want to be D1, or solely focused on what school is going to give me the most money?
I was definitely one of those kids that was kind of D1 or nothing. So it's funny. Obviously, I say, I wanted to get a scholarship for my parents. I had some Division I AA offers. They weren't necessarily full offers. It was kind of like, okay, like here's your offer, but you're going to have to pay this amount. And then I had some other opportunities with some bigger schools where it was like, okay, you come here and be a preferred walk-on. Like you could potentially get put on scholarship after one season. So I kind of looked at it like, okay, I go to one of these smaller schools I have to pay every year, or I gamble, bet on myself, potentially only have to pay 1 year, and then I don't got to worry about tuition for the rest of college. So that was kind of the choice I had. It was a very quick decision. It's just I didn't really feel like I was getting the recruiting attention that I deserved, and for whatever reason. I decided to... UMass was in-state tuition, opportunity to get a full scholarship, so I ended up going there and bet on myself.
So we have pivoted, and
Right.
I still like this mindset, though, of not being scared to do this, but I feel like that's also scary in itself.
For sure.
Talk to me about your first steps on a campus, because you guys start early, so how are you feeling already? Are you meshing with the team? Is it like kind of a separation with you and the other guys?
I kind of hit adversity right when I got there. So I actually, like right before I had left high school, I was kind of dealing with some back problems.
Okay.
At first, it wasn't anything like too crazy. Like I had, just felt like it was just some soreness, some tightness. And I was like, all right, like whatever, like I'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing major. But I mean, going through a Division I workout program, there isn't really, taking it easy, or there's no time to, rest or anything like that. And especially
And you also have to prove yourself because you're
exactly
okay.
right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like just trying to just get through it every single day. Like, all right, like praying to God that somehow I just wake up one morning and my back is just fixed.
Yeah.
But going through the workouts and just making it 10 times worse until it gets to the point where I was just like, I literally can't. Like, I got like, I don't know if you're too familiar with like the back terms or whatnot, but I was starting to get like sciatica, like getting the pain down my leg, all that stuff. So it was like, I can't even, I'm like not even 50% of the athlete that I know I'm capable of being. So like you said, it was kind of hard because, I'm there, betting on myself, also trying to balance, being with the team and diving into all that. And it kind of felt like I really couldn't because I was just so worried about what I got going on. And I know my parents are stressing. I know I got a lot going on. So, the first steps on a college campus were very, it was just filled with adversity and it was very tough. I can't lie.
So talk to me. We're in season now. It started at the beginning of that year. Are you touching the field? How do you feel mentally about your decision now? Any regrets?
Well, now we get into the point where I ended up actually having to get surgery.
Is season already started or just about to start?
So when I get to UMass, I actually what's called early enrolled. So you go in January.
Yes.
So like I said, when I like legit left high school with an injury, it wasn't like I like graduated and it was legit like I had left high school 2 weeks before with an injury and then got right into winter workouts. And two, it's a whole new coaching staff. So like everyone is like trying to prove themselves. Everyone's trying to, give a good first impression. So do that. So this is, like I said, January, and then we're going through it, workouts, whatever. Missed spring ball because of it, just like I tried a couple practices, just couldn't do it. Sit out spring ball. So now I'm like, damn, well, this was just a stupid decision because you went here to try and get on scholarship. Now you're hurt, everything. So I'm starting to like really, really fall down, like just adversity and just being upset with myself and all that stuff. So that was kind of the first time I had to deal with all that. And then finally go to a doctor midway through the summer. And he's like, yeah, you got to get surgery. So I get the surgery probably like 2 weeks before fall camp. And then they're like, yeah, you're not going to play. You got to miss the whole season. So didn't even get to touch the field. So now, it was, you're a walk-on, but now you're a walk-on who has a surgery and you're really at the bottom.
But knowing your story, it gets crazier. So we are going through this, and I don't want to preface too soon, but we decided to go JUCO after this year, right?
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about making that decision, leaving, and now taking another leap on yourself in the JUCO realm, because that's a totally different beast.
100%. So that whole UMass thing happened in 2019. So now we're going into 2020, and I went there to play running back. They're like, hey, we want you to move to defense. And that was also a part of my college decision that at the time I really wanted to stay on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. Played quarterback, played running back. I was, just wanted the ball. Everyone likes to score touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to do. So they moved me to defense, and I'm like, all right, bro, like that happened. Same time I was going through my back stuff, my mom went through like a crazy accident, almost lost her life at the wheel. So it's just seeming like this might just not be the place for me. Yeah. But I'm like, all right, let's see what happens, but because we were going in 2020 spring ball, I'm like, let me just see if defense is cool. Then obviously the pandemic hits. So we get sent back home. We're not even on campus. Yeah. And now I'm really trying to figure it out. Like, dude, like they're letting players come back, but only the scholarship players. I'm like, bro, it's just one thing after another. Like, I got to figure something out. So when I actually had called to transfer, it was kind of just like I wanted to see where they were at with me. Like, it wasn't. I had no intention of actually transferring. Okay. I was like, coach, like, stuff's just getting tough on my parents, like trying to pay for school. Like, so I'm thinking like he's gonna be like, no, Jared, just like wait it out, like just trust it. We got you, yeah. When I tell you that was the quickest phone call I ever had with a coach, it was no lie, like 30 seconds. He was like, all right, anything you need, like, let me know. And then I was like, shit, I guess I'm transferring. Whoa. Yeah. So that's when I hit the portal, and then this was when like the portal like first really became a big thing, especially like mid-pandemic. So it was going bananas. So yeah, hit the portal in hopes that like, you know, some of the smaller schools that had offered me in high school were going to come through, but no, they did not. And that's when good old Independence Community College came into the picture.
You're also letting these coaches know that you've just had a surgery? Or are you trying to kind of hide that to...
Oh, I'm trying to hide that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide that. I try to hide that for as long as I could.
And we laugh, and it's obviously very serious, but it's still a business on their end too. And, you know, you don't want it to be something they look at, but I mean, you're a decision that they're betting on. And so...
100%.
You obviously want to be honest, but you're just like, I know what I can do. Just don't look at this. Just like, we're fine. So, okay. So we decide on Independence. Do you know anything about the JUCO life or Independence, anything like that beforehand?
So, yeah, I actually, you know, just from watching Last Chance U, prior to Last Chance U, I had no idea about JUCO. Like, honestly, like, up here, like New England, like nobody goes JUCO. Like, if you're trying to do like another year like that, you're going prep, which I already did. So like, but like a lot of dudes will go it's called like a post grad. I don't know how familiar you are with that.
Yep.
So they'll just like basically just do like another senior year.
Yeah.
So like that's what it really is up here. JUCO, there's a JUCO in New York. There's one in like Pennsylvania, but there's none like around here. So no one really knows about the JUCO world. But obviously like Last Chance U, I had watched, and then, you know, I get the call from Independence, and then I start watching Last Chance U again. I'm like, dang, I'm really about to do this. Like, so, I mean, to be honest, like, everything you see on the show, it's not really fabricated. Like, that is the life that that's what you're living, really. So everything you see is definitely the truth, for sure.
Yes, 100%. I watched and related on so many, even just the grind in general of JUCO, the bonds created and things like that. It's just, there's so many levels you can create on, no matter where you end up at a JUCO level, and depending on, especially in the Midwest, a lot of times they're not surrounded by much. So you have your sport, academics, and that's it.
That's literally it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, and it, for a lot of times, it's what needs to happen, you know what I mean? But I love that perspective. So you get to JUCO, and how was it? Was there success on the team? Because you guys had a little bit of a new coaching staff, correct?
Right, yeah. Okay. So when I had got there, it was kind of funny. Like, it was the fall of 2020, so they weren't playing a season. It was literally just like practices and just going through workouts and stuff like that. But they were just like, you know, get some film. Like, you don't have any college film. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you are right. Like, so it actually would make sense to come here in the fall of 20 just so I could, because we were still like scrimmage. Like, I remember we scrimmaged like 2 teams, but it was no like actual games.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, like, you know, they were recruiting me, talking about like, oh, like, you're going to be our guy. Like, you're going to be the best running back we have. Like, our running back room is terrible. I get there and it's like, we have 12 other running backs, like 4 that just came from Division I schools.
Yeah.
I'm like, and 4 of them are roommates. I'm like, dude, we're all playing running back. We're all roommates. Like, how are we going to do this right now?
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going through practice, and first practice there, I see a dude get cut, like coaches cussing out players. It's just mayhem. And I'm just sitting there like, whoa, what did I just do? Like, I don't know. You might have just... I don't know if you can handle this one, Jared. I'm not going to lie.
You might have to back up.
Right, yeah. So it was culture shock from obviously being in the middle of nowhere and all that, but then just being on the football team where we got like 150 dudes. It's just constant chaos.
Definitely a culture shock. I mean, you also coming from far East Coast and stuff, and how things are handled in the Midwest. So definitely can respect that. Did we get film, and did we eventually get to have a season at JUCO?
Yeah, so got some film in the fall. It was all right. We were kind of just dysfunctional. Like, junior college football is a little bit dysfunctional. It's a little bit unorganized. So just going through that, and then I end up like pulling a hamstring. So I'm not like crazy hurt. I'm getting through it, but I'm obviously not 100%. So we got some film, and then, you know, go back for break, and then obviously we're gonna play the spring 2021 season, but then the offensive coordinator, the head coach who we had at the time, ends up taking a job at Boise State.
Okay.
So we're all sitting there like, oh shit, like what's about to happen? Like we don't.
Yeah.
So the defensive coordinator ends up becoming the head coach, and he fires the offensive coordinator. But the offensive coordinator is the one that brought me there.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good at all. Like, I don't know what these new coaches are going to be talking about. Like, I don't know if they're going to like me. Like, because at least I knew with him, it's like he brought me here. Like, you know how it is. Some coaches have favorites. Like, like, so they bring in the new coaching staff. It ends up actually, like, I actually really liked the new coaches they brought in. And it actually worked out in my favor. You know, we all had a clean slate. They just respected, you know, my game. They respected my work ethic. They knew like I was just gonna really work hard because I knew like, you know, we had some talented running backs who were a little more talented than me, but I knew like my work ethic and just my mindset was gonna separate me. So now we're going into the spring 2021 season. So I'm like, word, this is gonna be good. Like I'm running with the starters. Like it's looking like this is about to all pay off.
Yeah.
2 weeks before our first game, we're in a practice. Someone hits me the wrong way, break my foot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you break your foot and now you don't even get to have a real season?
Nope. I haven't even played in a college game yet, and now it's graduated 2019. So 2 years I haven't even played in a college game. 2 surgeries already.
And we're at 2 different divisions as well.
Yeah.
So, whoo-wee. Where are you at mentally at this time?
Down. The bottom of, well, I mean, the initial is like, all right, whatever. Like I don't, like they don't know what's wrong with my foot because it was actually like kind of like a complicated injury. They didn't really know what was up. So, I mean, when I'm in Kansas, I'm down bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm down bad. Like I'm not even going to the practices. Like I don't even want to be around the team. Like I'm here for one reason and I'm not even doing what I want to do. And the Kansas doctors and everything are just taking way too long to try and figure this thing out. So my parents are like, all right, like, dude, like you're coming back home. Like we're just gonna figure this thing out back home, like, and we'll try and go from there. So, go back home. Doctor tells me that, hey, you have a Liz Frank injury, like, which is considered probably one of the worst injuries you can get as a football player. It's kind of like, honestly, on the same scale as like an Achilles.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like it's that bad. So yeah, now I'm home, surgery done. All my boys are at their schools, enjoying life, just having a grand old time. And I'm just like, damn, I bet on myself and I more or less just failed because I mean, I'm at a point where I'm not even really thinking about playing football again. It's clearly not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like as much as I'm trying, like I'm just not, I'm not doing what I need to do. It's just an unfortunate situation. So yeah, those surgery times were probably the worst mentally, just cause I mean, I'm home, I can't move, can't really do anything. Like no one's really coming to see me. Like all my boys are at their schools, like they're going through what they gotta go. So it's like, damn, like, yeah, it was a lot mentally for sure. A lot of dark days to try and keep it modest, I guess.
And I, appreciate you sharing that because we talk about, you have an injury and the physical side of it. Yeah, that is so tough.
Right.
But rarely do we ever talk about the mental side of what it's like to go through an injury, especially long ones. ACL, we've been there. And those are the times where you can, as an athlete, most of the time, you can get through the physical stuff. It's sitting in those mental ruts of, I was just a 2-sport athlete, or I was just running down the field 2 days and weights, and now I need help getting up or being sat down, or, you know what I mean? I can't do things anymore. I can't even bend down to tie my shoe. So it's just like putting yourself and trying to stay positive. And like you said, and then you also have the aspect of, okay, well, I should be out there and I can't even do that anymore. Right. So, don't get me started on injuries.
It's the mental part more than anything, like you said.
No,
the physical you can get through. It's the mental that's the hardest part.
Oh, 100%. So you're doing rehabilitation, I'm guessing, and therapy with the foot. How do you decide I want to just stick it out a little bit more with football?
So I'm going through the physical therapy stuff. So it's actually like I had to end up getting 2 surgeries. So they had to do the one where they put the screws in my foot, and then I have to do another operation where they take the screws out of my foot. And I'm like really rushing it just because I know, like, I can't go to a university. Like, I have no college film. Like, I have to go back to JUCO. So I'm like, I have to somehow find a way to get ready for this fall season, which, like, the timeline for this usually is, like, close to a year. I'm trying to do it in, like, I got the surgery in March, like 5-6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm really just trying to work hard with the rehab, trying to do it. And then I had like some like D3 schools hit me up at the time, and I was just like, nah, like I'm not doing that. Like I don't really know what I want to do. So I guess I'm gonna try and do the football thing again, like at JUCO. Like my coaches are hitting me up, seeing how I'm doing at JUCO. And I'm like, all right, like, I guess I'm going to try it. I mean, I made it. I'm already this far in. Like, I might as well, like, just try and do it and see what happens. So, yeah, I really rushed the rehab process and then find myself going back to Indy probably, I want to say, August. Yeah, like, right before we started fall camp. But, like, mind you, like, I wasn't doing any, like, football drills. Like, I ran a couple times at home. Wasn't doing any, like, cutting or any of that stuff. Like, I'm about to go into fall camp, and I haven't done anything football or anything even close to hard training or anything like that. So I'm really every day just like, all right, God, I hope my foot don't break today.
If you're thinking about anyone, please let it be me.
Right.
Okay, so how was that year at JUCO? Totally different experience?
It was good for the first couple weeks of the season. Like I didn't know how I was doing it, to be honest. Like my body, like it just, you're obviously, because you've come back from injuries, you're just constantly thinking about it, like, okay, can I do it? Yeah. So first couple games, like I'm actually balling out. Like first 3-4 games, I wasn't even starting. It was like I was like the third running back in rotation, but I totally understood it, because what I was trying to explain to my coach, which he really thought like I wasn't being serious, because he was like, you're not really showing enough during practice. I'm like, dog, I'm just trying to get through these practices so I can play in a game. Like, I'm just not trying to get injured right now. And he's just like, yeah, like, okay, Like, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, like, if you put me, like, you will see once we get to game time. Like, if I get hurt in a game, I get hurt in a game. Like, I just don't want to get hurt in practice again. Yeah. So game times come. I finally get my opportunity. I'm balling out. I'm like, see, I told you, bro. So yeah, first couple of weeks, I'm actually leading the Jayhawk conference in rushing touchdowns, rushing yards. Like I got like D1 schools following me. Like it's about to be really, really good. Haven't even started a game yet. Like I've just been, once I get my chance, like I run with it. Finally get my first start, get named a captain for the week. We're playing against like the third ranked team in JUCO. We're playing Garden City. So I'm like, this is the moment like I've been waiting for, like finally starting. We're playing against one of the best teams in the country. Like this is where I'm about to blow up. Right. I remember my brother like sent me like a motivational text before the game, like show everyone what we already know. Like, so I'm like, word, like let's get it. Second drive of the game, someone hits my foot, and I re-injure it. But I didn't break it though. Like I re-injured it, but like I didn't break it. Like it was just yeah. Yeah.
Give me a second.
I'm sorry.
No, I need to collect myself, because after that, I don't even know how you're just like not just walking off the field and just being like, you know what?
Right. Yeah, no, me and you both.
Is this where we decide we are going to a different school, or talk to me about the timeline after another injury has stepped into your life? Yeah,
so I re-injured it. Didn't like re-injure it fully, but so it actually kind of worked out, I guess, because we had a bye week right after. And then we were playing like two like really bad teams. So I obviously missed the bye week. Don't play in the 2 games. They sit me out for the 2 games. And then they bring me back for like when we start playing like good teams again. But I mean, that's already 3 weeks. I'm not practicing. I'm not really doing much. So I'm kind of out of shape again. Yeah. So I come back and it's just not the same. Like it is not the same at all. Like I'm able to make some plays, but I am maybe 60% of full health, maybe. Right. So, and it sucked because we were really good. Like we were number 2 in the country at one point. Like it looked like we had a shot to like actually go to like the national championship and potentially win it. But yeah, I just couldn't. It was just bothering me the rest of the season. Was just going through that. We end up losing in the playoffs anyways. So the season's over. So this is what, fall 2021 now. So now it's like, okay, got my JUCO degree, got some Division II offers, but I'm seriously thinking to myself, like, your body is just it's not it right now, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, dude, if I don't get a D1 offer, like I think it's time to just start working and whatever, like just kind of just go through that. And then a D2 in Missouri hits me up, Missouri Southern. And one of our old coaches from Indy actually became the offensive line coach there. I go on the visit, whatever, and it looks pretty dope for a D2. I'm like, okay, like if I got to go D2, like I wouldn't mind actually going here. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess this is where we're going to end up. So yeah, fall 2021, sorry. We finished up the season. Like I said, just injuries, just couldn't really stay healthy. Then I graduate from Indy and then end up committing to a D2 school in Missouri.
And you would think that this is the end. This is where you ride off into the sunset and just D2 dream and you're done,
Right.
But it's not. We are now on to another division. Talk to me about after this, because unfortunately this school wasn't the end of your journey.
No, this school was not the end of my journey, unfortunately. Yeah, I had committed in hopes that it was the end of my journey.
Yeah.
I had 3 years of eligibility left, even though I had already been in school for like 3 years, just because like COVID, redshirt, and the only year I used was the JUCO year. So I had 3 years of eligibility left. I was a redshirt sophomore at 22 years old. So yeah, I get there and everything is good until it really isn't. So I get there, playing spring ball, like really turning heads. Like for once, like the body actually isn't feeling like crazy. Like, I'm having like an actual off season where I can train. Cause like I was saying, like my last off season before JUCO, it was literally just rehabbing. Like it wasn't like training or doing anything like that. So I'm actually finally able to like really work out again, like how I want to work out again. So everything's really good until it's not. So yeah, I'm going through spring ball, like making a lot of plays, like really impressing the coaching staff. And then we're just doing a stupid drill in spring ball, like legit not even supposed to be hitting. I like catch the ball and this dude just hits right on my shoulder, separate my AC joint. So then I missed the rest of spring ball. And it's funny because the dude who ended up separating my AC joint ended up being like my best friend there.
We love that.
Yeah, so it actually turned out to be like we still talk every day. So it was actually funny because we weren't close before then. We got close after that.
As you should.
Right.
Can't hold it against him. You know what I mean? It had to happen. It had to happen.
Yeah, it had to happen.
Okay, so, and let's speak about building relationships actually a little bit.
Right, for sure.
You're already at an umpteen amount of schools. Are you able to kind of build relationships the times you're there, or is it just in the back of your head you are like, I can't because I know something else is better? Are you trying to like sit in on the process at all?
So UMass, I'm going to be completely honest with you, no. Like I don't really have anyone that I talked to. Like once I left, like I knew that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't going out, wasn't really trying to build. I was just in my head for probably 97% of the time I was there.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't trying to build relationships. I didn't really have that much connection with anybody on the team. JUCO, I will say, I really got close with a couple different dudes just because like you're just on your own, middle of nowhere, like just going through it like together. So JUCO for sure, I was able to, like I said, still talk to a couple of them today, and that's when I really was able to definitely build some friendships. And then, like I said, with my friend in Missouri, we were able to really get close after that. It's funny, definitely turned the most out of an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay, so talk to me about the decision to go to yet another school.
Yeah, so yeah, now we're going through this fall of the time at Missouri Southern, thinking like, hey, like, yeah, I'm going to get an opportunity, feeling good, go through fall camp, recover from the shoulder. Now I'm, going through the summer workouts, training, all that great stuff, body feels good. A couple games go by, it was actually pretty sad. My parents came to the first game and I didn't even touch the field.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt so bad. They came all the way from Massachusetts to Missouri. So yeah, I don't touch the field that first game. And then a couple weeks go by, I'm not touching the field, not touching the field. So I think it's probably about like week 6. I end up actually faking an injury, because I'm not touching the field. In the back of my head, I'm like, bro, like this is it. Like what are we doing? Like third school, you're not even seeing the field. Like you're 22 years old. So midway through that season, probably week 7, end up medically retiring. So I faked the injury so they couldn't take away my scholarship.
Okay.
So I was thinking like 2 steps ahead, you know?
I hear you.
So I do that so they can't take the scholarship away. I end up more or less dropping out of school. Like I was supposed to take online classes, but started working at UPS when I got back home. And just really was all set with school. I was like, hey, I guess, you know, I'm just going to work at UPS. So I was doing all that, going through it. Yeah, and then, you know, I was once in a spot where I was like, okay, like I'm done with sports, done with football. One day actually working, I came home and it was like torrential downpours, like from 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. So my entire shift at UPS, it was just pouring raining out. And you know what I'm saying? Like you got to get those packages out. Like you're not like there is no rain delay, rain. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
they don't.
This is like no. This is near Christmas too, so like people need their packages. So I come home and I am soaked, like just completely a mess. And I'm really thinking to myself like, maybe school like isn't a bad choice. Like maybe getting your degree, like maybe you should reconsider that. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's just try and enroll in a school. Obviously, I know I'm not going like D1 or to probably another D2 school. Like I know I have to go D3, but I'm like, let's keep this low key. Let's enroll into a school because at this point, like I'm starting to build like a little following on TikTok just from like the journey and whatnot. But then I kind of went ghost on everyone because I didn't play at Missouri Southern. Like I remember like I'd be at games and fans would be yelling at me, like, you make TikToks better than you play. Like stick to TikTok. I'm like, dang, yo, like
people are crazy.
Yeah, crazy. At a Division II game, which is nuts. No shade at Division II. Like I'm just saying, like you would think that'd be happening at like a SEC school or like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I didn't even know I had that much of a reach, to be honest. So yeah, I'm like, you know, let's just be super low key about this one. Like let's just enroll into school and just, you know what I'm saying? So I enroll into a Division III school, Framingham State, just probably about where I'm living now, probably like 45 minutes away.
Okay.
I'm kind of still on the fence if I want to play football, to be honest. But the coaching staff, one of the coaches was actually, he recruited me a little bit in high school. He was coaching at Coastal Carolina back in the day. Okay. And one of my teammates ended up going there from high school. So he was just like, oh, you should play, da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, like, you know, I'll give it a try. Like, well, what do we have to lose at this point? Like, it's already kind of just been a journey full of failure.
Yeah.
More or less. So yeah, I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I enroll. So now this is 2023. So yeah, I enroll into Framingham State, and then I decide like, hey, I'm going to give this football thing another go.
And it didn't go too bad, no?
No, it was actually amazing. So it's funny because at the beginning of my college career, I had no interest in playing defense at all. Wanted to play running back, wanted to play offense. But our defensive coordinator, he used to be a scout in the Canadian Football League. Okay. So he was just like, hey, man, like, if you're even thinking about trying to get a shot at the next level, like, I would 100% advise you to just play defense, play linebacker. Like, trust me. Like, just believe in me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, like, cool, yeah, I'll do it. He was like, you're going to be the starter. There's no position challenge. It's like, you're the guy. Like, I don't care how many times you mess up. Like, you're the linebacker. Like, I remember, like, going into the summer, like, going into the season, because it's D3, we're not having, like, team workouts or whatever.
Gotcha.
And he only lived, like, 20 minutes from me. Like, we would dead ass, like, go to the field. Like, he would teach me the defense. Like, it finally felt like someone, like, cared about me, you know? Like, it had been, I mean, 5-6 years since I really felt like a coach genuinely like cared about me. So I was like, dude, if you're gonna take time out of your day in the summer to make sure that I'm doing this, like, I got you. Like, we're gonna make this thing work. Ended up really being a great decision. I ended up leading the country in tackles for loss. I was like 5th in the country for sacks. Ended up breaking I was actually 1 tackle away from breaking the single season record at the school. And then have like the longest interception recorded for a touchdown at the school. So yeah, it was a blessing. It was crazy how it all played out. It was a really cool year.
I think, and I hope for most athletes, they get at least one of those coaches in
Right.
their life throughout their career. Because, like you said, no matter when it happens, I mean, it happened later in your career, but I had a similar one going into my junior year of high school, and kind of the same thing, change of position. But he was like, listen, I'm going to work with you. And it was just having, like, it doesn't matter how much you mess up, like, and having somebody have just pure blind confidence in you
Right.
is sometimes just all you need. All you need to start
100%.
having it in yourself and to kind of walk a little bit differently in your game, and having somebody that's like not also saying this but like willing to back you up and being like, okay, you want to get in the gym or you want to get on the field, I got you, and taking time out of their schedule, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because depending on the high school level, they're not getting paid for that extra time, or D3
Right.
level, they might not be getting paid for that extra time. So I just I think that, and I hope that there's more coaches out there that share that. And it's hard, right? Because especially
No,
football,
it
I
is.
mean,
Right.
there's a lot of guys out there, and you
Right.
can't give 110% to everyone, unfortunately, but you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. So no, I really like that. So you think after these new accolades, you're done. You're done with football,
Right.
and that's not really the case.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about after that really great year, where's your head at? Because you still have a little bit of eligibility.
Yeah, so now I'm at a crossroad right now because it's either I get invited to play in this FCS bowl. So basically, it's like a scouting game for like smaller school players.
Okay.
An agent reached out to me about playing in it. So I'm like, what do I want to do? Do I want to potentially go and play in this game? Because if I go play this game, like, you are officially now, like, you can't go back to school. Like, you kind of have to go chase the pro dream.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, I only played 1 year at linebacker, coming from a D3 school. Like, if I want to go pro, like, it's going to be an uphill battle. So
Right.
I'm like, let me try and see what my options are if I hit the portal, and if I can go D1, because it'll be better for me if I can go D1, and then if I could replicate the same year I had, then it adds more value. Then it's just like, because I knew it would be like, oh, okay, you came from a D3, like, what was the competition, kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
So I end up like declining to playing that game, end up hitting the portal. And then actually, I'd say I kind of blew up in the portal. Ended up getting like 10 scholarships from D2s, D1s. Nothing like big schools, but some Division I AA's.
Yeah.
And then at this point too, like, I'm kind of back on the content stuff because it's like now I can actually, hey guys, like,
Yeah.
so I'm starting to build the following more on TikTok, Instagram. And then it's between North Alabama and Central Connecticut, but it was kind of like I didn't want to be far away again. Cardi did
Yeah.
that twice, and it didn't really, go as planned. Potentially my last year ever playing football, so just wanted to make sure my parents could come and just be around family. Knew the dude that was recruiting me at Central, I have known him since high school, so it kind of was just familiarity, honestly. So yeah, I end up for my 6th year of eligibility, my grad year, I end up committing to Central Connecticut.
And there we have it. All the
6-year
divisions.
plan.
The only reason I brought you on to talk about, no, I'm kidding. You have officially been to all the divisions now.
Officially,
and
right.
How does it feel to finally make it? Is it a sigh of relief at this point? And I mean, make it because you've just come off of a good season, and now
Right.
you could potentially have another season.
Right.
How are you feeling stepping onto the field at your last school?
Last school, yeah. Honestly, really, really confident. I'm feeling like, okay, this is the year that it's kind of all what has taken place is now about to be worth it, kind of thing,
Yeah.
Just, learning more about just playing defense, just getting that confidence, and just finally, because this whole time, like, it's weird because I know what I'm perceived as on the field going through prior to Framingham, and even Framingham, because it's still like D3, so I wasn't getting the credit I deserve. So like I know who. It's weird because you do and then you don't. Because like I know what a full healthy me is capable of, but I mean it's been so long. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you kind of prior to Framingham, all the confidence was kind of lost in myself, but it was still like, oh man, like, yeah, I know what I could have been kind of thing. So now it's finally feeling like, I am what I've always thought I was. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it feels like I have that sense of confidence back. It's like, okay, now like you have to respect what I'm doing, because now I'm at a D1 school. Like, yes, you could have said like, oh, like, you know, you went D3 and yeah, it just doesn't hold as much weight. Now it's like, no, like I'm D1 now. So like I know the work that I've put in and like what I'm about to do. So like that confidence definitely, it came back. It definitely did. I can't lie.
Talk to me about that last year, because I know what happened, but I'd love for you to share with the audience your season.
Yeah. So so we're going through spring ball, playing the spring game, have a really good spring game. Felt like okay, like yeah, you belong. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely like the stamp I needed, because going through practice, you know, great, whatever, but like playing in the spring game and actually like making plays and like people coming up to me like, oh, I follow you on Instagram, TikTok, it's so cool to like finally see you play in person, like all that stuff, like taking pictures and stuff. Like it was just like, okay, like yeah, like you're right where this is it. You know what I'm saying? And then about a week and a half later, maybe, we're in the weight room. It was weird. It was a weird day because it was a Friday. And I had to switch my weight room time because we were celebrating my grandmother's birthday. Okay. So I usually worked out at 2 p.m. Like all like the grad transfers, because I mean, we're like grad school there. Like I wasn't even in person. Like I had free time like you never would think of, to be honest. So they just had us work out later in the day, whatever, all the grad transfers. It was like me and like a couple other grad transfers mixed in with like the guys that are already there. Yeah. So I have to switch to 8 a.m. just so I don't have class. So I just want to get the workout done so I could go back home. So I could, you know what I'm saying? We got to go celebrate my grandmother's birthday. Yeah. So it just felt weird. It was just weird. Like I was trying to, like, because you obviously have like where you work out, and I had to like fall in with another group, whatever. Yeah. So we're just deadlifting, whatever, like normal, like not even like anything crazy, to be honest. Like I think we maybe had like 225 on. And like I go to pull up, and all of a sudden, like I just feel like this crazy feeling in my low back. I'm just like, and right when it happened, I'm like, oh no, like I know what this feeling is. Like no way that this. And like I remember the strength coach looking at me like, "Are you okay? Like, are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm gonna be alright." I get back to my room and I'm just laying on the floor, like, oh, I just messed up my back really, really bad again. Yeah. Had to go to the emergency room. I literally couldn't even stand up straight. Like it was excruciating. Like when it's crazy. This is gonna sound crazy, but like my body was like literally like tilted. Like couldn't even like stand up like fully normally straight. So yeah, when it happens, I know like yeah, this is not good. And then I'm waiting to call my parents because I'm like I'm supposed to be home. You know what I'm saying? Like we're supposed to go celebrate my grandmother's birthday. So I give them the call. I'm like, yeah, this isn't what you guys want to hear, but yeah, I messed up my back again.
But you ended up getting some answers about your back with this one, correct?
Yes.
With this injury?
Yes.
So talk to me about that. And did that help a little bit, or it was still like, are you kidding me? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it was it was kind of just like, dang, like when I had found, like I got MRIs and stuff like that, and I got answers, but it wasn't answers that I necessarily was like looking for. It was kind of just like confirmation on like, oh, okay, like you might have to make another big decision on what you want to do. Right. So that happened in the spring of last year. So yeah, it was just trying to figure out what was next kind of thing, but also like, hey, we got summer workouts coming up, and at a D1, it's like you get like 2 weeks off and then you got to go back. So yeah, it was, I tried, like I said, up until this point, I hid the back situation. Like no one knew about it. Yeah. But when this happened, I actually kind of had to be like, oh, by the way, you know, because I mean, they're going to look at my back. Like the trainers are going to see I have a scar on my back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to have to just tell them now, like, what's up? So yeah, and that was that. Yeah.
And you decided to walk away from football?
Yeah. So summer workouts going by. I'm doing the summer workouts. Trainers are like, hey, you can't deadlift, you can't back squat, you can't hang clean, like, you can't do all these things. So
Yeah.
I'm like going through the summer workouts, just trying to do, even like the running is bothering me. Like I'm sitting in the weight room, just like looking around, like not, I'm working out, but I have to like do modified stuff. So
Right.
I'm just like, yo, like this is supposed to be the year that like sets you up to potentially go pro, and you're not even healthy again, dude. So yeah, I have to actually make the decision before I go to sleep one night, wake up. I remember I go to like, because we're in like the dorms for the summer, I go into the bathroom. One of my teammates is there who works out in the earlier group. He's like, aren't you supposed to be at workouts right now? I'm like, my boy, I am all done, bro. He's like, you're lying, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm hanging it up, dude. But no one knows. Like, my family doesn't know I made this decision. Like,
Yeah.
because I already, like, obviously they would have been like, maybe, like, just stick it out. Like, they just want to see me play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I knew, like, if I had, like, any, like, external voices or anything, like they were gonna try and convince me to keep playing, but I knew my body, you know what I'm saying? So so midway through the summer workouts one morning, I go to my coach. I'm like, hey man, appreciate the opportunity that you gave me. Like, I genuinely hate that I'm doing this to you, but I gotta hang them up. I felt bad because they had to, like, they gave me a full scholarship. They put a lot of trust and faith in me, and gave me an opportunity, and I had to make a business decision at the end of the day for my overall health.
I feel like with making that decision as well, you kind of had to let it sink in for yourself. Like,
right.
You kind of had to let it, like, this is mine, like you said, and I need to process it before letting kind of outside help give their opinions, which are all normally in their best interest, but it's like, I know that I have to walk away. I have a tough question for you though.
For sure.
And it's hypothetical, right? So in a perfect world, but if you would have been told about everything that was going to happen to you in your college experience, and you just had it on the table and had the decision, do I still want to go through this? Would you have done it?
Oh, absolutely not.
You wouldn't have done it? No,
I wouldn't have.
No.
Couldn't.
Now, is it because of injury, or what part was like, nah, this is not worth it, I wouldn't have gone through twice?
Yeah, I'd probably say injuries, and just like, injuries probably being the most part, because, I mean, prior to college, like, I was a kid that I never really got hurt. Like, I was healthy, like, didn't go through injuries. So if you had placed that on the table, then, like, 18-year-old me, I probably would have been like, maybe we should play baseball.
Let's try something else.
Right.
I love that. It's hard, and obviously that's life, right? You never, You're never gonna know.
Hindsight's 2020, right?
But it's like, my word, if I would have known all the lessons I would have had to learn, but I mean, it's all part of the process.
Right. So, it's all part of the journey. So you can't be too mad about it. So
you started content creation while still being in sports, and now you have made that into a kind of full-time career.
Right.
Talk to me about that, and talk to me about, I know you got some heckling being an athlete, but is it different being in this space? Do you feel a little bit different speaking in the camera, or is it just like, I don't care what people think, and I know that you share and help your audience excuse me, a lot with sports and making decisions, things like that?
Right. Yeah, so honestly, like, that was part of what I feel like made the decision not easy, but I knew, like, okay, you have something to fall back on, like, right away. So I think that's definitely what helped me a lot, and just helped me kind of get through those beginning stages of being, without your sport. Being able to do the content stuff has definitely been a blessing. Just being able to, use what I went through, use all the lessons I was able to learn, and just kind of pay it forward, and just try and be that person that I wish I had in my life. So it's been cool. I think I've finally gotten to the point where I'm like, I really genuinely don't care what anyone thinks. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know who I am, and I know what I'm doing works. So it's like, I used to. Even sometime, like, I'd probably say, like, last year a little bit, I'd be so hesitant. There'd be videos, I'd be like, do I want to post that? Like, do I want to? And now it's like, you don't know until you try something. So yeah, I've gotten to that place where it's like, yeah, we're gonna just apply pressure always.
And I feel like too, I don't know if this ever goes through your head, but knowing that it's helping people as well. Like even if it's
Right.
just one person, then it's like, who cares? Even sharing a
Right.
little bit of my story, as long as it's going to help someone, either, if they can relate to it, or, they just need somebody that they can listen to,
Right.
that helps as well. Like if you can't relate or it's not for you, then there's plenty of other things that,
Right.
you
Right.
can scroll
Exactly.
to. So I
100%.
think,
Yeah.
I think that helps. I don't know if you've ever thought of it like that at all.
No, it's so true. No, that's really good.
Okay, so, and you still get a chance to be a part of football in some ways, right? Get to be around it.
Right.
Is that enjoyable for you right now, or is it still a little bit hard being so fresh out of sports? Like, this should be me.
Right. Honestly, like it keeps me involved in the game how I want to be involved.
Yeah.
People always ask, oh, like, do you want to coach? And honestly, like with my experience with coaches, and unfortunately, for the most part of what I had to deal with, I'm like, I don't even want to put myself in that position where I could potentially turn into like what I hated playing. So it's
Okay.
like I'm in a position where it's like, when I do make videos, like highlighting kids or whatever, it's like I can genuinely like feel like, I'm helping you, and I'm like doing like a service, you know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
keeps me involved how I want to be involved. And honestly, like I've actually, there will be times where I'm like, dang, like I miss playing, but then like I feel like how my body feels, and I'm like, nah, like I'm very glad we're not playing right now.
We're good.
Right.
Want to be able to walk, in a couple of
Right,
years.
nah, for
So,
real, so true.
I mean, that's also the hard part too, because it's like, yeah, if you were to give me the opportunity, I would, yeah, but then I'd sit back and be like, no, we
Right,
we can't. We got to move on. But the mental side of it, it's like it's still missing the even the not so fun parts about the sport, and being surrounded by your teammates, knowing for the same goal. It's just like, okay, when that sets in, you're
right,
like, hmm. I
right.
don't know. Is there a way now that you're still staying active, or do you have to be pretty careful about that with, prior injuries?
Yeah, so I see like I try and keep it sucks, not gonna lie, because sometimes like I'll really try and go really hard in the weight room, and then I'll be like,
Yeah.
that my back doesn't feel real too good. So running honestly has kind of been something that I've been able to really kind of lock in on, and something that
Yeah.
my body doesn't hurt when I do it. So unfortunately, I will not be putting 500 pounds on my back anymore like I used to be able to.
Right.
So yeah, but I can't lie. There definitely was some spots where I'd be like, ah, dang, I really don't want to go to the weight room right now. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of just look at it like a little differently, I guess. Like once it's different. Like you don't have like a coach screaming at you or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to like replicate that kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. I got into running too a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's just like a freeing thing. If you would have asked me that younger, I'd have been like, you're
Right.
crazy.
Right.
But now it's just like when I need to clear my head or things like that, and I can go at my own pace. I'm not a good runner, all right? But just being able to just pick up some shoes and just go outside and run has been a freeing thing.
Right.
Okay, so I like to end on asking my former athletes advice that you would have given to either your younger self or an athlete that could be struggling. What is something that you might have wanted to hear at that time?
I think the biggest thing for me going through it all, and what I would tell my younger self is just slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down and really just like live in the moment, and stop worrying so much about stuff that's out of your control. I think as athletes, it's so easy to just like look at someone else's journey and try and wish that you had the same things, or just look at whatever it is and just constantly be comparing and just not being thankful for what you have. I think that's been the biggest thing that I've been able to learn from it, is just enjoy your journey and trust your journey. You know what I'm saying? There's no two journeys that's the same. You know what I'm saying? What someone else went through, like you might be able to take a piece from it, but more often than not, like it'll still be way more different than what you have to go through. So I think that I would just, try and just harp that. Please, like, live in the moment. Please just don't take the small things that you have right now for granted. Because, I mean, if you were to tell me I had to go through all that stuff in college, like high school me couldn't wait to get to college. And then when I got to college, it was like, oh my God, like I want to go back to high school. So definitely just, live in the moment, just trust the path that you're on and just, what you put in is, at the end of the day, like more often than not, what you're going to get out. So just, I don't know, I try and just put good into the world and one way or another, it'll come back to you. That's how I feel.
No, I really like that advice. And I think your story is special because you did the thing. You were like, hey, no matter what's going to face me. And I mean, you had lows and highs, but it was like, you somehow, for some reason, got brought back to the game. And it is now used to help, other current athletes or former athletes know that, they're not alone and they can relate to somebody. So such a unique story and sad that it happened, but here we are.
Right.
And you're able to share your purpose after sports with our audience and your audience. So we love it. We love it.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you very much for taking time to be here today. And if you like episodes like this and want to watch more, make sure that you turn on those notifications and subscribe, and we will be back.